we're speaking with Angelo Zino of CFRA, and let's see some of his thoughts and what he's waiting on here. I want to get some more details from you. I think you have better inside scoop than I do.
Yeah, so Nicole, I mean, listen, we're excited about the event. We think they're definitely going to be kind of focusing on, AI capabilities and kind of what they basically showcased out in June, with hopefully some enhancements, tied to it. But for us, at the end of the day, I mean, really what we're most interested in seeing as far as this event is concerned is what they're going to do on the pricing side of things, because we are analysts and, from an investor perspective, if there's something that could move the needle in here in terms of some of the investor expectations out there, pricing is something that can definitely do that. And we also kind of want to know timing-wise of how kind of AI is going to roll out here over kind of the next couple of months, quarters, from a geographic perspective, and even from certain capabilities in terms of, how smart will Siri get here by the end of this year, and what exactly may or may not be kind of delayed going into next year.
Yeah, I mean, I saw some reports that they expect the 16 base model to start at $799, $1199 for the Max. But as you noted, the whole AI capabilities was the wild card, right? Because there's the 16 Plus Pro, and Pro Max. I mean, what do you think could be the top end of the range?
Yeah, so listen, as far as we're concerned right now, what we're modeling out is, as far as kind of the standard device, the base of the standard device, we're still looking at $799, and the base of the Pro, though, we actually think will get increased by about $100. They kept that unchanged while they actually increased the price of the Max by $100 last year, for those that recall. So there was a $200 price difference between kind of that standard Pro and the Max. We think that kind of, we get at the very least, $100 increase in terms of that standard Pro. And that's largely because of the higher component prices, we think, because you're going to probably get the more memory added to that device, 256 gigs, as well as a better camera out there. So has less to do, we think, with the AI capabilities that they're throwing in there, more to do with what they're doing on the hardware side of things. But they could very well increase pricing across the board because of these some of these AI capabilities. We just don't think that's going to happen in this cycle, because AI is going to be somewhat limited from a geographic perspective. And given that all regions may not get it kind of in a certain amount of time, we think they hold off from kind of increasing it across the board.
So does this AI capability, which you seem sort of, some people will really just want the new phones, and some are very interested in the Apple, intelligence side of this. So does this get this to a $250 price target, a $300 price target? How quickly can Apple's stock surge?
I mean, we're looking at $260 over the next 12 months. And again, this could very well be a sell the news event. Historically, it has been a sell the news type of event. Again, there could be things that alter that. Specifically, if we do get pricing increases across the board, we think that would act as a catalyst on the stock. But if we don't get that, most likely kind of a sell the news type of event here. But nonetheless, we think kind of as Siri gets more intelligent in nature, as kind of more of those AI capabilities get into the hands of these developers here over the next 6 to 9 months, we think there's the potential for an even stronger iPhone 17 cycle in 2025 than an iPhone 16 cycle. And by the way, for this iPhone 16 cycle, we're looking for growth of about 9% on a year-over-year basis. That would be the strongest since the iPhone 12 cycle, which most people recall was an absolutely phenomenal cycle, because that was kind of the 5G upgrade cycle, and during the pandemic where, consumers had nothing else to buy but devices.
Wow. So the 9% year over year would be the strongest since the Model 12, or what did you say right then?
Since the iPhone 12 cycle back in the fall of 2020. And that was a cycle where they did increase prices. Yep. And that was a cycle where they did increase prices. And again, it was during the pandemic. So, there were many reasons on that side of things. I think it's also going to be important to see what telco providers out there do. If you kind of see some great promotions out the gate here, that's also going to kind of help boost the numbers that we have out there.
Look, this AI talk here for Apple could be the biggest deal since ChatGPT launched. At this point now, is Apple really ready? Because they were talking about delays for that AI capability. Are they really ready to provide something extraordinary with artificial intelligence?
are, but we do think they're going to be very cautious with it. They're going to be very slow in terms of the rollout of these AI capabilities. And because of that, again, we do think this is going to be more evolutionary than cyclical in nature. But it is extremely important for Apple to get the execution side of things right. If it means kind of consumers having to wait an extra 3 to 4 months to kind of get all those kind of bells and whistles in terms of some of those AI capabilities is concerned, we think that's more than worth the wait out there. So Apple's going to be very careful with this. We do think they're going to get this right. And again, it's going to be more incremental in nature out there for consumers.
And reports are the battery will be better and improved. The display will be better and improved. Everybody likes that, right? If you think that's wrong, tell me. Also, next generation AirPods or watches, there was talk about that.
So you're absolutely right with all that. I mean, and as far as kind of the AirPods and the watch is concerned, this is also kind of an important cycle for them. They are going to refresh all their watches as well as all their AirPods. And on the AirPod side of things, you are going to kind of get some of those AI capabilities out there. Some modest AI capabilities. But it's important because when you kind of look at their wearables business, down 6 out of the last 7 quarters on a year-over-year basis, it really has struggled in terms of that wearables business. The Vision Pro was expected to kind of throw a little bit of a boost towards that segment. It really hasn't. So we do want to see kind of a return to growth here in this next cycle. We do think you're going to get it, partly because of some of the easy comparisons out there and the fact that they are essentially refreshing kind of all their kind of watch and AirPods, in one full swoop here today.
All right. So, but you did say there could be some sell on the news, but your price target here is $260 over 12 months. Angelo, Zino, thank you so much for being on with us today. I know it's a really big day, a great preview for us for the Glowtime event for Apple. That was Angelo Zino of CFRA Research.